To younger generations, Randy Newman is the name scrolling by in the credits of their favorite childhood movies. While to older folks, he's the grouchy, witty singer-songwriter responsible for some of the funniest, most cynical, and downright sharpest songs to hit the airwaves. So come with us in this video as we cover some of the defining moments in his life and reveal the latest speed bump he's been forced to overcome. Shrinking. Fans anticipating seeing Randy Newman live at the start of 2022 were greeted instead with bad news. Randy was scheduled to begin his Evening with Randy Newman European tour after previously rescheduling the original 2020 dates because of the pandemic. The new plan was cut tragically short when he noticed something appeared to be wrong. People who used to be shorter than him appeared now to be taller. After investigation, it turns out that unbeknownst to him, Randy's neck had been broken. He needed immediate surgery, and while it was performed successfully, doctors' orders required those dates to be canceled. In a statement, Newman announced he now, quote, looks less like an anteater and more like a folk rock artist from the early 60s. Lamenting not being able to perform, something already missing from his life over the past few years, Newman promised to return to the places he had to withdraw from. Epstein-Barr syndrome. Having a broken neck isn't the first time Randy has been stricken by personal issues affecting his ability to perform. In 1986, Newman was a victim of Epstein-Barr virus, resulting in chronic fatigue syndrome. The fatigue left him unable to go up more than a few steps without losing his breath, and the resulting depression was coupled with the strife from his recent split from his wife, Roswitha Schmal, in 1985. Randy battled the virus for 2.5 years before recovering after an overhauling of his diet and exercise routine. Newman and Schmal divorced officially in 1989, though they remain amicable, and the 3 kids they had together are still in Newman's life, with his first son Amos being his agent. Growing up, Newman is rarely open until he wants to be. His 1988 album Land of Dreams opens with a set of 3 songs that are arguably the most personal and honest his music has ever been, telling the tale of a young boy being forced to move away from home. When he was young, Newman's father, Irving, returned from World War II and moved his family from New Orleans to Los Angeles. Newman revealed later in life that he and his father were close, but there was a contentiousness in their relationship. Newman's father occasionally believed that bitter old men characters in Randy's songs were stand-ins for him, a fact Randy vehemently denies. Randy's affection for the soul of New Orleans and criticism of the apparent soullessness of Los Angeles have been well documented in songs such as his hit I Love L.A. Chronicling his own feelings about growing up, Land of Dreams touches upon the alienation he experienced being Jewish in the Deep South, on top of the sight problems Newman experienced growing up. Heavily cross-eyed, it took 4 operations starting at age 5 to correct them. To this day, he has partial double vision and openly struggles with eye contact. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Growing up, Newman always felt envious of the comfort others found in their faith. Raised by 2 non-observant Jews, Randy identifies as an atheist. He turned away from religion when he was young after an incident where he was invited by a classmate to be her date at the Riviera Country Club in LA. Upon accepting the invitation, he was promptly disinvited by the classmate's father on the grounds that Jews were not allowed at the club, prompting Randy to ask his father what a Jew was. Reading up on faith, including the Bible itself, he ultimately decided he wouldn't believe in any of it. His skepticism towards faith became the main topic of God's Song from his album Sail Away, about a God who is amused by the fact that humanity still worships him in spite of the apathetic way he's treated them. Newman later ruminated that faith is the result of humans searching wildly for meaning. But while he has some belief, he has no theology in him, though he admits it's tougher to live without it. The top songs. The Great Debate, 2 topics close to home for Randy, New Orleans and the complexities of faith, interweave in the song The Great Debate, from his most recent album Dark Matter. Featuring Newman's penchant for both orchestral and gospel, The Great Debate pits people of faith against people of science. While the scientific half seems to win most of the debate topics, the chorus seems to win the song, proclaiming they will, quote, take Jesus every time. The song reflects the inner conflict prevalent throughout much of Newman's career. Newman later stated that faith wins purely because of the music. The one thing the science half lacks, which it could never win with, is soul and music. Short people. Randy Newman's biggest, non-Toy Story related hit was a primary example of one of his favorite songwriting tropes, an unreliable narrator. Short People is a bouncy, jovial tune about how short people are some of the worst people out there, with a seemingly endless list of negative traits, the song concluding with the assertion that short people have no reason to live. The song peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 and divided people into two camps, those who got the joke and those who didn't. Those who didn't were a vocal minority, with State of Maryland delegate Isaiah Dixon attempting to get it pulled from airplay. Regardless of its accuracy being described a novelty record, the song has remained a mainstay of many greatest hits compilations and is one of Newman's most popular tunes. I'm Dead, But I Don't Know It. One of the songs Randy was asked to perform when he was inaugurated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is all about aging rock stars who don't know when their glory days are behind them. Complaining about not being as good as you once were, while your pedigree means no one is going to ask you to leave, is a conundrum Newman explores in the most rocking song in his discography. If I Didn't Have You. Speaking of iconic live performances, the 2001 Oscars performance of Monsters, Inc.'s If I Didn't Have You is a sight to behold. John Goodman takes center stage to sing the song written for his character, James P. Sullivan, and Billy Crystal's Mike Wazowski, but on stage, who takes the spot of Mr. Crystal? Mr. Newman himself. In previous years, Randy had been nominated 15 different times in the Best Score and Best Song categories, but had never won. Dressed like a dapper pair at a jazz club, the performance from the two of them give the song the gravitas it deserves as Newman's first Academy Award for Best Original Song. Political Science. 1972's Political Science is a creeping, building song whose narrator is only revealed at around the halfway mark. A grand yet subdued tee-up of America's general ignorance to foreign policies, Political Science is part Tom Lehrer, part Nuclear Warning. A beloved gem from Newman's vast songbook, it's been covered numerous times by artists like Don Henley of the Eagles fame, Natalie Merchant, and Wilco. You've Got a Friend in Me. The all-time classic. Once it played in the 1995 Pixar movie Toy Story, You Got a Friend in Me and Randy Newman's names were seared into the hearts of a generation of kids, and those kids' kids passed down through generations. As sickly saccharine as they come, Newman infuses a gentle, jolly melody with enough heart and cozy nostalgia you can't possibly forget the jingle once you've heard it. Randy wouldn't dream of not playing You've Got a Friend in Me. It's too big of a deal to people not to. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite Randy Newman song? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Factsverse as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Factsverse, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free.